Have you ever been stopped by someone who flat out refused to believe your age? Someone convinced you're years, even a whole decade younger than your actual birth date? At first, it feels like a harmless compliment, right? But what if I told you there's an uncomfortable truth burning beneath the surface? Looking younger isn't just about good genes, expensive skin creams, or lucky DNA. No. It's a brutally honest reflection of your inner world, your psychology, your mindset, and the daily choices that quietly shape your life. What if the stress you carry secretly tears years from your lifespan, and the grudges you hold carve themselves visibly into your face? Today, I'm going to expose the hidden connections you never knew existed between your mind, your habits, and the youthful energy you radiate or lose. Are you ready to confront the uncomfortable truths behind why some people age faster while others glow effortlessly? Because once you see this, you can't unsee it, and your reflection might never look the same again. 1. Don't let stress control you. We all know that one friend, the one who somehow stays calm and carefree even when life throws absolute chaos their way. They're like a living, breathing example of the saying, "Calm waters run deep." You look at them and wonder, what's their secret? Genetics? Luck? Actually, it's much simpler and yet more profound than that. They've discovered how to stop stress from taking control of their lives. Here's something you need to know. Stress is far more harmful than just the occasional headache or tense shoulders. It's a silent assassin, steadily stealing away years of your youth. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, the infamous stress hormone. This isn't just science talk, it's the ugly truth behind why some people seem worn down and prematurely aged. Ever seen someone after months of relentless worry? They wear their stress like heavy armor, creased brows, slumped shoulders, drained eyes. But the good news? It doesn't have to be this way. People who maintain their youthfulness and energy aren't living stress-free lives. They've just mastered something incredibly powerful: acceptance. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." They understand deeply that most stress arises from resisting things beyond our control. Trying to force reality to align with our wishes is not just pointless, it's emotionally exhausting. Instead, these youthful souls embody Stoicism's greatest lesson: to let go of what you can't control and channel all your energy into how you respond. They've learned to distinguish between what's worth their attention and what's just noise. Carl Jung famously wrote, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." This insight is the key. It means that even if you're going through a storm, you don't have to let the turbulence shake your inner peace. Your mindset, your reaction, your choice. These define your experience, not external events. Think about it this way. Imagine spilling coffee on your shirt right before an important meeting. You can panic, spiral into frustration, and carry that tension for hours, or you can simply acknowledge it happened, quickly adapt, and move forward. Same event, vastly different outcomes. Those who maintain youthful energy do exactly this. They swiftly adapt, refuse to dwell on setbacks, and most importantly, choose their battles wisely. It's a practice that goes beyond momentary relief. It's an investment in your long-term health and vitality. When you consciously handle stress, your body rewards you. Your skin remains clearer, your posture straighter, and your energy brighter. You start looking younger because you feel lighter. This isn't wishful thinking, it's pure, practical psychology and physiology at work. So here's something tangible you can do today. Next time stress hits, step back, pause, and breathe deeply. Really breathe. Not just quick, shallow breaths, but deep, calming breaths. that reset your nervous system. Or better yet, grab a notebook and jot down what's bothering you. Journaling isn't just a trendy pastime, it's therapeutic, scientifically proven to lower cortisol levels, clarify your thoughts, and ease emotional burdens. Remember, the quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your reactions. Every calm response, every moment you refuse to be rattled by external chaos, brings you closer to preserving your youth. It's not about being passive, it's about being selective. Decide consciously what deserves your emotional energy. As the Stoics remind us, life's storms are inevitable, but internal storms, those are entirely up to you. 2. Embrace change instead of resisting it. You ever meet someone who seems stuck in the same loop every day, same food, same complaints, same routines, and wonder how they got so stiff? Not just in their body, but in their entire vibe. Their face looks tired, their energy feels heavy. It's like time has pressed pause on their joy, but fast-forwarded their aging. And then, in contrast, there's that person who just signed up for salsa dancing at 50, or decided to learn a new language out of nowhere. They're beaming. You can see it in their posture, their skin, even the way they talk. It's not makeup or magic. It's their relationship with change. Here's the thing most people don't want to hear. Rigidity ages you. Not just emotionally or spiritually, but physically too. When you resist change, you resist life itself. The world is always shifting. Seasons, relationships, technologies, perspectives. And if you're trying to stand still in a moving river, you're going to feel the strain. In contrast, when you go with the flow, when you let life move you and grow you, your body and mind stay alive, awake, and yes, youthful. This idea has ancient roots. The Stoics knew it well. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." To react well, to respond wisely, means being able to adapt, being flexible, letting go of how you thought life should be and working with what is. In modern terms, be like water, not stone. Carl Jung spoke deeply to this when he said, "We cannot change anything unless we accept it." And it's true. Most people age emotionally not because of time, but because of their refusal to accept and adapt. They get stuck in old beliefs, hold tightly to outdated routines, and cling to identities that no longer serve them. That stuckness shows. It wears them down. They lose their spark. But when you're open to change, when you treat life like an evolving adventure rather than a strict schedule, you stay fresh, you stay curious, you stay young. That glow we talk about, it's not from perfect lighting, it's from a mind and soul that haven't shut the door on growth. Neuroscience even backs this up. People who remain intellectually and emotionally flexible, those who learn new skills, seek out new experiences, and challenge their routines, show slower cognitive decline as they age. Their brains literally stay younger. The mind-body connection is real, and the more you engage with life, the more your body responds with vitality. Think of it this way. A tree that bends in the wind survives the storm, but a rigid one, it snaps. The same applies to us. Flexibility isn't weakness, it's wisdom, and it pays off in your energy, your attitude, and how you carry yourself in the world. So if you're feeling stuck, stagnant, or just old lately, here's a simple shift. Do something new. It doesn't have to be big. Try a new dish. Take a different route to work. Listen to a genre of music you've never explored. Call someone you haven't spoken to in years. Take one small step into the unfamiliar and watch how much lighter you feel. You'll start to see the world with fresh eyes, and that spark, that youthfulness, it comes rushing back. The truth is, youth isn't measured by your birth date. It's measured by your willingness to evolve. People who embrace change don't just look younger. They are younger because they've kept life moving inside them. 3. Be endlessly curious. You ever notice how some people just feel alive? They have this spark, this energy that makes you forget how old they actually are. It's not their hairstyle, their clothes, or even their fitness routine. It's something deeper. It's the way they talk about the world. Their eyes light up when they learn something new. They ask questions, they explore ideas, and they're always chasing knowledge, not because they have to, but because they want to. That right there, that's curiosity, and it's one of the most underrated secrets to staying young, not just in spirit, but in body too. Curiosity keeps you mentally sharp, and a sharp mind breathes life into the rest of you. The moment you stop being curious, when you stop asking questions, stop wondering, stop seeking, you start to grow old in a way no wrinkle cream can fix. It's like your mind hits pause, and over time, that pause shows up in your energy, your mood, and even your face. Carl Jung once wrote, "The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct." Think about that. Play isn't just for kids. It's for anyone who wants to stay vibrant. And curiosity is the grown-up version of play. It's the part of you that says, "What if?" Or "Why is that?" Or "I want to understand this better." And when you keep feeding that part of you, your brain stays awake, your perspective stays fresh, and your soul stays engaged with life. The Stoics, too, believed in the power of inner development. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." That wasn't just a philosophical musing, it was a warning against intellectual stagnation. A dull mind leads to a dull life. And let's be real, we've all met people who stopped growing the moment they left school. Same opinions, same routines, same everything. You can see the weight of mental stagnation in their posture, their tone, their lack of wonder. On the flip side, people who stay curious are constantly evolving. They're the ones who randomly pick up new hobbies, deep dive into documentaries at 2 a.m., or suddenly start learning about ancient philosophy just because it sounded cool. They're not trying to prove anything, they're just feeding their mind because they love to. And here's what most people don't realize. Your brain responds to stimulation like a muscle responds to exercise. Use it and it gets stronger. Ignore it and it weakens. Neuroscience backs this up. Curiosity increases dopamine, enhances memory, and improves emotional resilience. It literally rewires your brain to stay younger, longer. So if you want to look younger, feel younger, be younger, start by feeding your curiosity. Explore something new for 15 minutes a day. That's it. A podcast that challenges your thinking, a book about something you've never studied, even a conversation with someone who sees the world differently. Curiosity isn't about being an expert. It's about being a student of life, always. And don't be afraid to follow the weird paths. Google random stuff. Take that art class. Ask awkward questions. Chase wonder like your well-being depends on it, because honestly, it does. 4. Express your emotions freely. You ever meet someone who just feels heavy, not because of their weight or how they walk, but because of what they're clearly carrying inside? You see it in their face, a tight jaw, a forced smile, eyes that look like they haven't rested in years. You talk to them, and there's a wall. It's like they've swallowed their pain, their anger, even their joy, and now it's just sitting there quietly dragging them down. That's not just a mood. That's emotional weight. And believe it or not, it shows up in your body, in your posture, even in how quickly you age. We've been taught to suppress, to keep it together, to smile when we're hurting, to stay strong by staying silent. But here's the truth. Bottling up your emotions doesn't make you strong. It makes you tense, tired, and over time, it makes you older. Stress and unspoken emotions activate the release of cortisol. Yes, that same stress hormone that breaks down collagen in your skin, weakens your immune system, and exhausts your nervous system. In short, the stuff you don't say. It ages you. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists." That includes your emotions. When you resist sadness, it festers. When you bury anger, it simmers. And eventually, your body starts to carry the weight of what your heart refuses to feel. We think if we ignore our emotions, they'll go away. But the opposite is true. They dig in deeper, and slowly they dull your energy, your presence, your glow. Now think about the people in your life who seem effortlessly youthful, the ones who laugh loudly, cry when they need to, speak their truth without fear. They're emotionally open, and it shows. Their faces are more relaxed. Their energy feels lighter. Their presence is magnetic. Why? Because emotional honesty keeps your system flowing. Your feelings are energy, and energy needs motion. Suppress that energy, and it stagnates. Let it move, and you stay alive, inside and out. Stoic philosophy is often misunderstood here. People think Stoicism means emotional suppression, just grit your teeth and move on. But that's not it at all. True Stoicism isn't about pretending emotions don't exist. It's about understanding them so deeply that they no longer control you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you." In other words, feel the emotion, but don't be ruled by it. Let it pass through you like a wave, not build up like a dam. And when you do that, when you allow yourself to feel fully without shame, you unlock something powerful. You reconnect with your humanity. You give your nervous system space to breathe. You become more real, more connected, and yes, more vibrant. Emotional expression isn't weakness. It's self-care. It's psychological hygiene. And your body knows the difference. So what can you do right now? Simple. Be honest about how you feel. If you're hurt, say it. If you're grateful, express it. If something's weighing on you, talk about it. Call a friend. Write it out. Let yourself cry without labeling it as weakness, or laugh without toning it down to seem mature. That freedom, the ability to feel, that's what keeps you young. 5. Choose positive people intentionally. You know that feeling when you're around someone and within minutes your energy just drops? You're not even sure why, but your shoulders feel heavier, your mood dims, and suddenly you're more tired than you were before the conversation started. That's not a coincidence. That's energy transfer. Whether we admit it or not, the people we spend time with shape not only our thoughts and behaviors, but our health, our mindset, and even the way we age. We absorb more than words. We absorb tension, tone, vibes, emotion. And when you're constantly surrounded by people who complain, criticize, or carry bitterness like a badge of honor, it takes a toll on your body. Chronic exposure to negativity elevates your stress hormones, increases inflammation, messes with your sleep, and yes, adds years to your appearance. Emotional exhaustion doesn't stay invisible for long. It shows up on your skin, in your eyes, and in your posture. Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." The people in your life aren't neutral. They either uplift you or deplete you. They either help you rise or keep you stuck. And sometimes the most radical act of self-care isn't a spa day. It's rethinking your social circle. The Stoics understood this too. Epictetus warned, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Stoicism isn't about isolation. It's about choosing wisely. It's about understanding that your peace is precious, and not everyone deserves access to it. Because negativity, just like joy, is contagious. Spend enough time around people who see the world through a bitter lens, and eventually you'll find your vision dimming too. But when you're around people who radiate optimism, who speak with purpose, who encourage and uplift, you feel it. Your energy rises, your thoughts sharpen, your body relaxes. These are the people who laugh fully, listen deeply, and challenge you to be better without tearing you down. And guess what? Spending time with them doesn't just feel good, it's biologically beneficial. Positive social interaction lowers cortisol, increases dopamine, and even slows down cellular aging. That's right, good company isn't just good for your soul, it's anti-aging therapy for your entire system. So ask yourself, who do you feel better around? Who do you feel worse around? And why are you still giving so much time to the people in that second category? This isn't about cutting everyone off or living in a constant state of judgment. It's about discernment. It's about recognizing that you only have so much emotional bandwidth in a day, and where you spend it matters. Protecting your energy doesn't make you selfish, it makes you wise. It's an act of self-respect and a gift to your future self. So here's your challenge for today. Evaluate your circle. Who energizes you? Who inspires you? Spend more time with those people, and if you can't completely avoid the negative ones, because, let's be real, some of them are family, at least set emotional boundaries. Be intentional about how much space you give them in your mind and your life. Because at the end of the day, youth isn't just about what you eat or how much you exercise. It's about who you allow to speak into your spirit. If you want to feel lighter, look fresher, and live longer, start by curating the energy around you. You don't need 1,000 people in your corner. You just need the right ones. 6. Live with passion and purpose. Have you ever noticed how some people seem lit from within? They walk into a room and bring it to life. Not because they're the loudest or flashiest, but because there's something about them, something magnetic. They speak with conviction, move with energy, and carry this unmistakable spark in their eyes. It's not makeup, it's not genetics, it's purpose. Now think about the opposite, the person who wakes up already defeated. They drag themselves through the day, sighing between every task, counting the hours until bedtime. Their face looks tired even after sleep. Their posture slumps. Their energy feels hollow. It's not always age that's weighing them down. It's emptiness. A life without passion drains you in ways no wrinkle cream can reverse. Here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Passion is fuel. And when you don't have it, your system runs cold. People who live with purpose, whether it's building a business, painting after work, mentoring others, or simply growing as a person, they glow. You can't fake that kind of energy. It radiates from the inside out. Carl Jung spoke to this when he said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." Purpose isn't about being busy or successful by society's standards. It's about feeling deeply connected to what you're doing and why you're doing it. When your actions align with your inner truth, something incredible happens. Your body responds. You get sick less. You laugh more. You move with clarity instead of confusion. The Stoics knew this too. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, "I have to go to work," as a human being. To the Stoics, purpose wasn't optional. It was essential. They believed every person had a unique role to play, a duty aligned with nature. And to ignore that role was to fall into chaos, into emotional decay. In our world today, that decay looks like burnout, chronic boredom, or the kind of stress that ages you overnight. But when you wake up with something to chase, even something small, your entire system kicks into a different gear. Your brain releases dopamine, your heart rate steadies, and your body starts to feel alive again. Think of it like this: passion is oxygen for the soul. Without it, you're just surviving. With it, you're thriving. And no, it doesn't have to be some grand life mission. You don't need to solve world hunger or launch a company tomorrow. It could be writing a page in your journal each night, learning guitar, volunteering, starting a garden. What matters isn't the scale, it's the connection, the meaning. Purpose gives your life shape, passion gives it fire, and together they protect you against the emotional flatlining that makes people age, not just on the outside, but in their spirit. You can see it in their eyes, those who have given up, who are just going through the motions. And you can see the opposite just as clearly, the ones who burn with direction, who smile not because life is easy, but because life is meaningful. So here's your challenge: find something that excites you this month. Just one small goal, something that sparks curiosity or brings you joy or stretches your limits. Then commit to it, fully, passionately. Wake up with it on your mind and go to bed proud that you moved one step closer. Do that, and I promise you'll not only feel younger, you'll be younger. Because youth isn't just about how long you've been alive, it's about how alive you are right now. And the fastest way to reignite that life force: find something worth waking up for and go all in. 7. Let go of old grudges. You ever meet someone who just feels heavy, even when they're not saying much? Their presence carries tension, their smile feels forced, and their eyes seem to look right past you, as if they're stuck somewhere else entirely. That somewhere else is often the past. A past filled with resentment, unspoken pain, and unresolved grudges. And whether they realize it or not, it's written all over their face. The weight of what we refuse to let go doesn't just live in our minds. It lives in our skin, our muscles, our energy. And here's the uncomfortable truth: grudges age you. Not metaphorically, literally. When you hold on to anger, betrayal, or injustice, your body interprets it as ongoing stress. It's like your nervous system never gets the memo that the danger is over, so it keeps pumping cortisol, tightening your posture, and dragging down your mood. Over time, that stress shows up in wrinkles, inflammation, poor sleep, and a general dullness in your energy. You can spend all the money in the world on skincare, but if you're still holding on to bitterness, your body won't let you hide it. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Holding on to grudges is one of the clearest examples of this. You think you're simply remembering what someone did to you, but really, that memory is quietly running your emotional operating system. It changes how you see people, how you carry yourself, and even how you speak. That's why letting go isn't just about healing the past. It's about reclaiming your future. The Stoics had a powerful take on this too. Seneca wrote, "How much better to heal than to seek revenge from injury." Forgiveness for the Stoics wasn't about weakness. It was about strength. It was about freeing your mind from emotional noise so you could focus on what actually matters. Grudges were seen as distractions, things that pulled your attention away from the present moment and poisoned your peace. Marcus Aurelius echoed this by reminding himself daily that others will do wrong, but his job is not to become like them. People who look youthful, who seem light even as they age, often have one thing in common: they've learned to let things go. They don't let the actions of others take up permanent residence in their heart. They choose peace over payback, not because they weren't hurt, but because they know that holding on hurts more. You can see it in their posture, open, relaxed. You can hear it in their voice, gentle, present. You can feel it in their presence, calm, unburdened. And here's the wild part. Science backs this up. Forgiveness has been shown to lower blood pressure, improve sleep, boost immune function, and reduce chronic stress, all of which are directly linked to slowing down the aging process. Letting go actually allows your body to heal. It's like you stop dragging around emotional baggage, and suddenly your body says, "Thank you, now I can breathe." So here's your challenge. Forgive one person or situation this week. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It doesn't mean they deserve it. It means you deserve freedom. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Let the weight drop. You might be surprised by how quickly your energy shifts. You might sleep better, smile easier, or just feel a bit lighter in your own skin. Youth isn't measured in years. It's measured in how lightly you carry your past, how boldly you face change, and how deeply you choose to live. Protect your peace, fuel your purpose, and let go of what weighs you down. You deserve to feel alive, inside and out. Now, if this spoke to you, there's another video waiting on your screen that'll take you even deeper. Tap into it and keep walking the path. Thanks for being a part of Stoic Journal. I'll see you in the next video.